and you're getting things that you've always wanted, she's going to be angry because she's always going to want to convert what you have because she's not. I can go back in time. In the cow, yeah, that's what my mom says, that you can't be milking the cow every time and then someone expects you to buy it. What are you buying it for when you've been milking it all along? Hey my babies, you're welcome to another episode on my channel, and my name is Cherish in case you do not know that. And please, I encourage you to subscribe. I'm seriously making emphasis on subscribing because we need this channel to grow basically. So basically today's video is about a Q&A. I put out like a question, I don't even know, but basically I asked people to like give me questions and then I'll answer the questions. Basically it's just a typical Q&A basically. So before I dive into it, how are you guys? How is everything going? Hope you guys are doing great. Yeah, I'm just trying to check up on you guys basically. So let's go into the Q&A immediately. By the way, if the lighting of this video isn't so great, I'm really sorry. There's currently no light. I'm just using my ring lights right now. So the struggles you face when the government of your country is not doing what they are supposed to do, but it's all good. We must still create content, okay? So the first question here is, how do you handle pressure? So how do I handle pressure? I am not in a position to actually answer this question because I don't think I am at that point in my life where I handle pressure very well. I'm not one of those people that know how to handle pressure very well. I'm still learning. I'm still in the learning stage of on how to like battle pressure and come out strong, okay? But I've been doing great lately. I've been learning like good things to facilitate me handling pressure well, and one of them is listening to music that calms me, then talking to someone that I know has their shit together, that can give me like advice or an incline on what to do at that point. It depends on how serious the thing that is pressurizing me is basically. Then finally praying about whatever it is that is eating me up or putting me under pressure really helps. I just like talk to God and everything gets better basically. And then finally sleeping. I don't know, sleeping is very therapeutic for me. I feel like if I'm facing anything or I'm under a lot of pressure, or basically not just having things go beautifully, I just like sleep and wake up the next day, or wake up few minutes or few hours later and I feel much better. So yeah, that's what I do. So listening to music, talking to someone who can help me get my shit together, praying, very important to me, very, very important. And yeah, basically what I said. So let's check for the second question. The second question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Firstly, I am at a point where I am solely listening to like God's plan for me. So disclaimer, regardless of whatever I see, is God's will that I'm following these days, because I just feel like we look at the smaller picture while God is actually like the one that is trying to show us the larger picture. So if you get what I'm saying. But based on what I would want to like be married, settle down, have maybe a kid or two, depending on how it's doing me and my husband. Then I want to be like really in a good place in the corporate world, working as a lawyer in a good firm that pays me very well. Then my YouTube game will be like really lit, obviously, because I'll be done with school. I can get more equipment, I can live a better lifestyle that most people would like be drawn to, I guess. Yeah, so in 5 years time, yeah, I think that should be his family. My corporate life should be on a good in a good place, making money, like more money, like maybe like 3 streams of income, then a kid or maybe 2 kids and a beautiful husband. Yeah, so that's where I see myself in 5 years too. What's your favorite TV show? TV show, I'm guessing you mean series, right? I think that's what TV shows are. So I like all these epic setting movies, basically movies with epic setting. So The Witcher, yeah, The Witcher. By the way, if you guys want movie reviews, I was seriously thinking about it the other day when I was in the shower. I was thinking about it that should I start like making content about movie reviews, because I watch a lot of movies. Like I am big on watching movies, guys. So if you guys want movie reviews, please tell me. I don't know why most of you don't want to connect with me on Instagram. My Instagram name is Shola. You can check the description on this video, you'll see it. I always put it on most of my videos in the description box, so please check for my Instagram handle and follow me so that we can connect more and talk more. I'm not really active on my IG, but I'm really big on IG these days because I'm trying to like connect with you guys. So yeah, please do well to do that. But basically, The Witcher, I like high school movies, so Never Have I Ever, but The Witcher, Game of Thrones. But you know the thing with series, like it just comes and then you watch it and that's all. Like you have to start waiting for like maybe few months or a year or something like that. So yeah, basically, but that's it about TV shows. Where would you like to go on a vacation? I love this question. I want to go to Hawaii or yeah, Hawaii, then Paris. If I'm to go to Europe, I think Paris is a good choice. And lately I've been watching a lot of YouTubers go to Paris, and the thing is just doing me like, it's just erupting one kind of feeling in my heart, like go to Paris with your babe. But basically, yeah, Paris. Then if I have to go to Africa, maybe Egypt. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Egypt since I was a little girl. Yeah, but I think these are the top 3 right now: Paris, Hawaii, and Egypt. Yeah, I don't know, there's this hype about Zanzibar lately, but I've not really checked out that whole Zanzibar. I like the Maldives too, but the Maldives, you cannot go there if you're not going with your bobo. If you're not going with your boo, you get. So yeah, so that's it about vacation. What are your thoughts on cohabiting with a partner? My thoughts are not of the affirmative. I do not think you should cohabit with your partner. Why do I not think you should cohabit with your partner? My mom always says something like, if you know what, let me just leave what my mom used to say in case maybe I don't want to trigger any type of feeling, because I'm not trying to tell you that you should not cohabit with your partner. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. But me personally, I do not agree that you should cohabit with your partner, because why are you cohabiting with your partner if you are not yet married? It's just something you shouldn't do. I'm African, and the way we Africans work is you're supposed to like live with your parents or live on your own, and then when you get married, it's literally like a big celebration. Like you pack your load, everybody's rejoicing, and you follow your husband's people. That is how it's supposed to be. It's like that for a reason. You can't be milking the cow. Yeah, that's what my mom says, that you can't be milking the cow every time and then someone expects you to buy it. What are you buying it for when you've been milking it all along? Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't know, I feel like it attaches a value to you if you are not like cohabiting with your partner when there's no marriage. It just saves you from a lot of devaluing. Do you get? And there again, it actually goes both ways, because forget that I'm a girl, because it's a girl that I've asked this question, but even as a guy, why are you living with that girl when you've not married her? Like, see finish. If you don't know what see finish means, it means like too much familiarity. It just reduces value over time. And then coming from like the moral value, you cannot say you're living with your partner and you guys are not going to like have like sexual relations, because I mean, you guys are looking at each other every day, year in, year out, month in, month out. I don't know if there's anything like that. I know about year in, year out, but I don't know about month in, month out. But basically, you guys cannot just be looking at each other every day and your hormones are not working, and then you guys start having sex, and maybe you get pregnant, and then you are wondering, oh, he doesn't want to marry me, or it just get really messy, guys. If you have someone you're dating, I'm not saying you guys should not spend time together. You can spend the weekend with your boo, you can spend a week with your boo, but anything more than a week, I don't see that as wise, because you don't know, but you're devaluing yourself. A girl longs for you and a man longs for you. If like there's this different life that you guys are living, like you guys are living different lives basically. So when the longing is for you guys to live as one, right? That is what marriage is about. So that is what not cohabiting with your partner does. Like, you guys value is intact, and then you guys actually long to live as one. But then it's a trend right now to like live together, cohabit, give some people even like have kids, and it's really about your values, whatever works for you. But me, I'm an Igbo girl, and we're really big on marrying your husband when it is time for you guys to get married. And it's a big thing. Your family will literally pack your load and give it to your husband. People, you guys will be going, like, go and stay with your husband, and it's just better that way. It's a thing of pride for like my culture, where I come from, and that is just how we do it. So I do not affirm to the mindset of cohabiting with your partner, because I think it's just against my own values. But I'm not trying to say that if that is what you want to do, you should not do it. But me as a person, me as Cherish, it's alien to me, because that is not how I was brought up. That is not like the way people I know behave. Basically, I don't want to ponder on this point so much. Okay, the next point is, the next question rather is, if you were to go back in time, would you still study law in Isut? If no, why? If you don't know what Isut is currently the tertiary institution I school in. And my answer to this question is no, I would not study law in Isut. Why won't I study law in Isut? Because it comes with a lot of problem. It comes with a whole lot of problem and trials and frustration and misery. I know it sounds like I'm doing too much. Like, I'm not doing too much, guys. The system in Nigeria generally doesn't work, but I feel like it's worse here because the level of corruption is crazy. And to summarize everything, I feel like the lecturers and the authorities in my faculty are not looking out to produce exceptional students. They're not looking out to produce creative students, and they're also not looking out to encourage students to do great things and to actually be outstanding. They are just basically looking out for students to fail. That is the goal in that faculty. They're looking out for students to fail. I would always say, if you are not a genius and you come to my faculty, you're going to go through like a lot of perils and um turbulence. Like it's not going to be a smooth journey. But yeah, I'm not going to ponder so much on it. The answer is no. If I can go back in time, I would definitely like beg my parents to go to a private school and study law. Or even if I was, even if like my parents are like, no, they don't want to like send me to a private school because maybe they cannot afford it, or they don't see it financially reasonable with their budgets, I would then put my eye down for like a good, maybe something like UI. If you're in Nigeria, you know that UI has a very high standard that they've been maintaining over the course of time. So like maybe a place like UI, I would have fought hard to enter a school that I know their faculty is renowned and esteemed for like being student oriented. I don't think my faculty is student oriented, if I'm being honest. So the next question is, what does success mean to you? Now, if this question was like apportioned to or asked, this English is not English. If maybe I was asked this question 2 years ago, I would have probably said making money, doing well in school. Yeah, but right now success means a whole different thing. Success is more entangled and entwined with peace of mind, having peace, and doing what you're supposed to do, and doing it to the best of your capacity. So what do I mean by this? Whatever you're doing, once you're doing it to the best of your capacity, you're giving it all you've got, and you found a way to have peace in the midst of this, then I think you're successful. And it seems shallow, right? But if you think in depthly into what I've just said, you find out that it actually makes sense. Now, let me use myself as an example, since this question was like apportioned to me. I'm currently a law student, and I think that is like the main thing that I'm doing right now. I'm in school. I'm in the journey of obtaining a degree, right? So I'm doing it, and I'm doing my best. It might sound funny because maybe the normal value system now is that you're supposed to be making money maybe when you're even in year 2, which is your second year, but that is not what it's supposed to be, because in my level right now, I'm supposed to be a student, right? So I think success is relative. Basically, as a student, if you are doing what you're supposed to do and you're doing it well, then at that point you're successful. I think people need to like remove those heavy burdens they place on themselves. When I'm done with school and I'm done with service and I'm working, success is a whole new thing, because at that point I am working as a lawyer. So I'm working to make money, yes, and I'm also working to impact lives. So if I'm doing what I'm doing well, like I'm maximizing all my resources and I'm doing what I am doing well, and I have peace in midst of what I'm doing, then I am successful. I think most people should reason this way to avoid a lot of bad negative thoughts. So people look down on themselves because maybe they feel like they're not doing what their friend is doing. Where are you right now? Wherever you are right now, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, and when I like, let's bring it back to school again. If you're in maybe year 3 and you're studying economics, you are supposed to go to school. That is what is expected of you. Somebody is paying your fees, you're expected to go to school, right? So now, if you are going to school, you're attending all your classes, you're reading, you're going for all your exams, and you're writing it to the best of your capacity, and you have peace in the midst of all that, you are successful there. And as you evolve, if you keep on with that mindset, you keep giving everything you're doing your 100% effort. And when I mean your 100% effort, it might not yield as much fruits or as much as, I don't know the word to use, but you know, you're always going to function as a person that you are, and the society is always going to place a pedestal that they expect you to like attain. But most times you're not supposed to, you're not even going to attain this height that society is placing for you, and it is okay. The most important thing is that you are doing what you're supposed to do and you are happy in it. And one day, I assure you, you're going to get there. Like, you're going to get to that place where you've always wanted to be, and you're going to be very happy because you didn't do anything that would jeopardize your peace of mind as you were doing, like trying to get to your end goal in life. When I mean you didn't do anything that would jeopardize your peace, maybe you didn't go into crime, you didn't go into fraud, you didn't go into maybe like sleeping with men for money. Do you get me? Because at that point your peace of mind is jeopardized. And then when you come out with all those fancy cars, fancy houses, fancy hairs, everybody's like, oh my gosh, she's such a successful young lady. But your peace of mind is jeopardized there. You are not successful. Success and peace are interwoven. So once you're at the place where you're supposed to be and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and at the same time you're peaceful and you are aware that you don't forget, I said you should give it all you've got. Maximize your resources at every point where you are. Give it all you've got. Then sister, you are successful, and end of story. The next question is, what are your thoughts on female friendships? Okay, my thoughts on female friendships. I am not really big on female friendships. And why am I not big on female friendships? I feel like female friendships are very complex. They're very complicated. I feel like there are things that should be entered into with a lot of scrutiny and a lot of weighing. Like, you have to weigh things. Why am I saying this? Females are complex beings. I'm not trying to say that I'm only friends with guys. I'm friends with, like, I can count the guys I'm friends with currently, because as a girl, if you're friends with a guy, you obviously know that most guys are going to throw advances at you. A lot of guys are want to like get into your pants and all that. So if you're being friends with guys too, you're supposed to know, why am I friends with this guy? What kind of guy is he being friends with me because maybe, you get what I'm saying basically? So it's not easy to be friends with guys too, but when you find a good male friend, I think it's very, very sustainable compared to a female friend. Why am I saying this? You find guys being friends for like 10 years straight, and it's always beautiful. Like, their friendship never dies. I don't know, but that's how I see it. I feel like guys are quite simple when it comes to being friends in comparison with girls. And why do I say this about girls? Because girls are complex. Girls are very competitive in nature. Whether you want to face the fact or not, it is what it is. And girls have a lot of emotions that guys do not really have. Guys are not really very emotional beings. Girls are very emotional, and a whole lot. So my thought about female friendships is just that they are beautiful female friendships. Like, I have beautiful female friendships. I have a couple of beautiful female friendships that I'm very grateful for. My best friend is a girl, and we've been friends for like 8 years now, and it's always beautiful. Every minute we talk, every second we talk, it's always beautiful. You can get friendships that you're really grateful to God for. You can get female friendships that make you feel lucky. You can get female friendships that make you feel like you're on top of the world. It's possible. But basically what I'm trying to say is that I myself, I am very, 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 very skeptical about making friends with females and letting in friendships with females, because I'm aware of the fact that it can go sour like within seconds. So yeah, that's my thought about female friendships. If you have a girl that you like and you think likes you, it is not enough for you to commit like all your friendship emotions, just pour all your love, your care, everything on. It is not enough. You need to calm down. You need to take your time to understand the way this person works. If the person's values are in alliance with your own, if the person is this kind of person that flares up over little things. If the person is contented, take notes, guys. If your female friend is not contented, start running, because she's going to make you do crazy shit. And then when God elevates you and you're getting things that you've always wanted, she's going to be angry, because she's always going to want to convert what you have, because she's not contented. You need to look for a female friend that aligns with your values. If you are a Christian girl, you need to look for another Christian girl. If you are a strong Muslim girl, you need to look for another strong Muslim girl. I'm not trying to say that a Muslim and a Christian cannot be friends. Don't get me wrong, you can be friends, but you put values have to align. You cannot be a strong Christian girl and be friends with somebody that her dad is a native doctor. One of you will convert each other. It's not a laughing matter. One of you is going to convert the other one. It's either she comes to church with you over time and start doing things that glorifies God, or you go to the shrine with her and both of you start serving and doing things that honors the idol that she worships. So yeah, let's move on. Let us move on. Okay. What's your view on marriage between age mates? Okay, I've seen marriage work between age mates. I've seen it, like, don't even get me started. But personally, I can't marry my age mates. I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't. Why can't I marry my age mates? I like to think that I am in a safe place. I like to think that I am dating and I am being handled by a matured man. I like that phrase, my man. I love it so much. So it's an individual thing. Don't see, disclaimer, all these questions I'm answering is based on my own perspective. I'm not trying to like enforce anything on anybody, but I know what I'm saying makes sense. So if you want to take some things and drop some things, that is beautiful. So basically, me, I like the phrase my man, and not just my man because it's a normal phrase we girls use, because that is actually what it is. Because men tend to be more like knowledgeable. I'm also a sapio, so obviously I want somebody that is way ahead of me when it comes to experiences, academics, life in general. I like to like stay with a guy that I'm dating and learn. That is just who I am. And I like somebody that is emotionally intelligent, way ahead of me in a lot of things. So I can't date my age mates. So my view on it is, honestly, if it works for you, go for it there. But most times when you date your age mates, they always act funny. They always act, it depends on how old you are again, no. But I feel like women are always ahead of guys. If you go into a class and you see a 14-year-old girl and a 14-year-old guy, obviously the 14-year-old girl is smarter in most cases. In a case of 98 out of 100, that 14-year-old girl is smarter than the 14-year-old boy. It is just how it is. Women even develop faster than guys. Women are always ahead. If you go into a class, you get to find that most of the smart people are actually ladies. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like most women develop more. What a girl knows by 20, a guy might end up knowing by maybe 23 or 25, but the girl already knows it by 20. So if you're dating a guy that is your age mate, it's going to be a lot living with somebody that you know you're sharper than. It's going to be a lot, and at some point it's going to be something that you can't hold in again. But if it works for you, because as I said before, I said 98 out of 100. So if you're one of the lucky 99 and 100, I'm happy for you there. And I think in relationships there's no one direct normal way of the way things work. It is very relative. It might work for Anita, it might not work for Amaka. It might work for Amaka, it might not work for Anita. So that's just how it is. But if you're somebody that is very sensitive, you're somebody that is, maybe you're a sapio you're somebody that is stubborn, and that is another thing. I think I'm a very stubborn person, so I obviously cannot date or marry somebody that is my age mate, because, well, it's going to be like two captains in one ship, because I'm very opinionated and I'm very stubborn. So the guy is going to go through hell if he's not older than me. I don't know if that makes sense. So the last question here is, what is the most important trait you look for in a person to build friendships and relationships? Honestly, if you asked me 2 years ago, if you asked me this question 2 years ago, I would have totally blabbed out maybe something like, the person should have vibes. Honestly, that's what I would have said. The person should have vibes. The person should be kind. Just those basic things. But you should look out for intrinsic things. One of them, and this is going to help you, this is going to save you from a whole lot of stress, is the person should be open to learning. Like, we downplay this point a lot. You find somebody, the person's value aligns with yours, cool. You find somebody, the person is nice, cool. You find somebody, the person is clean, cool. You find somebody, the person is in sync with the normal trends, cool. You find somebody, the person is aesthetically looks good, that kind of friend that people can take mad as IG pictures with, and you're like, oh, I've seen my girl, I've seen my guy, let's run things, let's go hit the club. It's all good though, but on the long run, is the person open to learning? Is the person open to adapting? There's something called adaptation in friendship. Now, you're coming from a different background. You're probably Yoruba and the person is probably Hausa. You people were brought up in different backgrounds. In fact, there's something that amazes me when me and my friends are together and we want to cook, and I'm cooking and they're like, why are you boiling your rice now? You're supposed to boil your rice after doing this one. Or why are you frying your stew like this? Or why are you cutting your onions like this? These things are like crazy, right? But it's normal because you guys are like from different backgrounds. So what adaptation in friendship literally means is that you guys have to meet at a point. You have to learn and unlearn certain things for a friendship to work. So is that friend somebody that is willing to learn? Because there are some people that are really stiff and they really do not want to learn, and guess what, it's going to frustrate your friendship or your relationship. If you're dating somebody that is not willing to learn, is not willing to lay down certain traits, if you have a girlfriend, or when I mean girlfriend, like two of you are girls, it doesn't really have to be about relationship right here, or you have a friend that doesn't really want to unlearn and learn things, it's a problem, guys. It's a huge problem, and I think it is one people should really look into. So you need to look for people that are willing to learn and unlearn things, people that know how to communicate. That is also part of learning and unlearning things. Then also you should look for somebody that is kind. When I mean somebody that is kind, somebody that is kind-hearted, somebody that you know there are certain things that person cannot even do to you. Because if you're friends with somebody that is not kind, they are going to fuck you up on this, and they're going to fuck you up in the worst way. So you should look for someone that is kind, and also somebody whose value aligns with yours. As I said before, you cannot be friends with somebody that is that he has a shrine or worships an idol in a shrine while you're a Christian or while you're a Muslim. One of you will have to adapt for the other person at the end of the day. So yeah, those are the traits I look forward to in a person when I want them to be like in a relationship with me or friends with me. The person should be kind, the person should be open to learning and unlearning, the person should be a good communicator, and finally, what was that I said? I can't remember. Well, I'll put it here. So we've come to the end of this Q&A session, guys, and I am so excited to chat with you guys and be with you guys today. I love you guys so freaking much, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. And please drop comments if you have contrary views or contrary point of views about anything. Drop comments. I would really love to like discuss and chat with you guys. Don't forget to follow me on IG at Shola. The underscore and the spelling is a bit technical, so just go to my description box. Go now after you finish watching this video, okay? Go there and go and follow me on IG. Also subscribe. Now you guys, I need to tell you this, I need to reiterate it. You subscribing to my channel doesn't cost you a penny. Do you know that? That is a beautiful news for you to note. It doesn't cost you a penny. All you need to do is just to click on the subscribe button and you'll subscribe to my channel. You can also turn on the post notification button so that anytime I post, you're seeing it. Like you're getting notified and you just start seeing it. So it's not like you're wondering, did Cherish post today or did she not post? You just know, like you're now in the gang. Also, you can drop recommendation on what kind of video you want me to do. I also told you guys that if you guys want movie, if you guys want me to give a review about a movie, any movie at all, or you just want me to start doing the content, just tell me. I'm your girl. So do subscribe, share, like and comment. Share to your friends. Let us build this community, okay? I love my babies so much, and I'll be seeing you next week.